Entertainment prices are higher than ever, but here are the best things to do in Raleigh, North Carolina for free. And throughout my years here, I found quite a few hidden and unique places to explore, and I'll reveal those at the end. Starting off with museums. Raleigh is nicknamed the Smithsonian of the South, as it has a number of great museums. Right in downtown, there's both the Museum of History and the Museum of Natural Sciences. Currently, the Museum of History is undergoing a multi-year renovation and is closed, but the Museum of Natural Sciences is a really interactive museum that is interesting for both children and adults. And it has free admission to everything unless there are special exhibits going on. It's a really entertaining place to go on a rainy day. There's also the North Carolina Museum of Art that has a free admission and is pretty large as a whole with 2 different indoor areas to explore. And the Ann and Jim Goodnight Museum Park, right next door to the Art Museum, has a number of sculptures and walking paths to enjoy. There's even a set of musical swings. And speaking of art, Art Space Downtown has a variety of really cool art-related entertainment. But on the 2nd and the 4th Thursdays and Saturdays of every month, there's free admission to the art studio and a beginner craft is provided for free. Raleigh and its suburbs are constantly putting on events, most of which are free to at least attend and walk around. The city hosts many events in downtown Raleigh itself, and there are many sites like visitraleigh.com where you can see the weekly events. This also includes private businesses that are hosting their own special events as well. And honestly, there's so much more on there than you would have ever imagined. Raleigh and many of its suburbs also have regular music series during the warmer months. Places like North Hills, downtown Cary Park, Wake Forest, Apex, and more have at least monthly music events. And most suburbs also have their own Saturday morning farmers markets as well. And speaking of farmers markets, the State Farmers Market by NC State is massive. And if you don't want to purchase anything, it's always entertaining to walk around and see what's offered. There's also a flea market called the Raleigh Market that is open on the State Fairgrounds property every Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 5. And it's another fun place to walk around. North Hills also has a Saturday morning market as well. Before we get into the gardens and the parks, the greater Raleigh area has multiple malls spread throughout that can be fun to walk around even if you don't spend money. Crabtree Valley Mall is Raleigh's main mall, along with Triangle Town Center in North Raleigh. North Hills would be considered more of an outdoor mall with tons of different stores to walk through. And Durham's South Point Mall is very nice as a whole, and its outdoor streets of South Point is a beautiful place at night. Moving into gardens, if you want a place to relax or take a calming walk, these next places are for you. Duke Gardens in Durham definitely tops the list here, which is a massive and meticulously maintained garden that is open daily from 8 a.m. to dusk. It's perfect for pictures and it's a great place to spend a relaxing afternoon. Parts of it are under construction for an expansion until the spring of 2026. So make sure to visit their website to get the latest updates on parking and the entrance. The J.C. Ralston Arboretum next to NC State University in Raleigh is also another large, relaxing outdoor space that has some very unique plant offerings. And the Raleigh Rose Garden is also an iconic spot right next to NC State that many use as a place for pictures. And close by as well is the WREL Azalea Garden, which has over 60 different types of azaleas, along with many different plants that bloom at different times of the year to make it a year-round attraction. Now let's talk about perhaps Raleigh's best feature, and that's its amazing park system. Raleigh has 220 parks and over 100 miles of greenway trails, which is significant for its footprint. And while I can't go through all of them, here are the highlights. If you're looking for a place to ride bikes or walk around a lake, Shelley Lake, Lake Lynn, and Lake Johnson are the best parks. The Durant Nature Preserve and Yates Mill Park have a network of unpaved trails, and a bonus perk of Yates Mill is that you can walk around the historic Yates Mill itself. For trails, Raleigh has a massive connected greenway system, with the best greenway being the 26-mile Neuse River Greenway Trail that runs from the Falls Lake Dam in North Raleigh all the way into Clayton, North Carolina along the scenic Neuse River. Raleigh's unpaved trails are just as good, which are highlighted by the nearly 6,000-acre Homestead Park. It has both hiking and biking trails along with some campgrounds and offers some of the best hiking in the area. The Mountain to Sea trails, which run from North Carolina's coast to the mountains, also go through Raleigh with many trails surrounding Falls Lake that are great for hiking. In all honesty though, my favorite trails are in Durham along the Eno River, as there are so many unique spots to explore. And even though it's technically in Morrisville, Lake Crabtree Park is a massive lake with free kayaking for Wake County residents, and a large network of mountain biking and walking trails. Mountain bikers, the best source I found for showing trails in their current status is trianglemtb.com. Among those trails, I consistently hear people rave rave about the New Light Trails, Beaver Dam Trails, and the Harris Lake Trails. And disc golfers, Cedar Hills in Raleigh is a good all-around course, while Buckhorn at Harris Lake is very highly regarded as well. But Diavolo and Cary is the most well-known course in the area, and it's gained national recognition. For freshwater entertainment, both Falls and Jordan Lakes are beautiful lakes that are great for fishing, kayaking, and more. And while it's not free, for a small fee, each of these lakes have a variety of beaches and swimming areas to go to during the summer months. My favorites are both Sandling and Beaver Dam beaches at Falls Lake and Seaforth Beach at Jordan Lake. There are also quite a few people who enjoy fishing in the Neuse River, just below the Falls Lake Dam. For free tennis and pickleball, you can play tennis for free at over 20 parks around Raleigh, but reservations 2 to 3 days in advance are typically required. A number of these courts also have painted pickleball lines which can be rented for free, and there's dedicated pickleball courts at Method Community Park and North Hills Park. There are also a number of indoor and outdoor basketball courts as well as outdoor volleyball courts spread all around Raleigh, and you can also find the list on the City of Raleigh website. For the indoor courts, you will have to pay attention to the open gym hours for each specific park, but for outdoor basketball and volleyball courts, they are first come first serve unless you wanted to pay a fee to reserve the court in advance. And for the kids, there are tons of playgrounds around Raleigh. My two favorites are Sassafras at Laurel Hills, as there's so many different areas to explore, and Pullen Park is Raleigh's staple park, which for an additional fee, you can ride the train around the park or the carousel. Other notable playgrounds are at Chavis Park, Shelley Lake, Baileywick Park, and Forest Ridge in North Raleigh. Now let's finish up with some really cool spots to explore that are not initially obvious to find or know about. First up, the Zombie Tunnels, which is located on the Richland Creek Greenway Trail as it crosses under Wade Avenue. It got its name from the red lights it used to have in it, but it's still a long, creepy tunnel that does require you to use a rope at the end. The Shelley Lake Tunnel is another fun location for those at Shelley Lake, as you take the Mine Creek Greenway Trail that splits off from Shelley Lake, and you'll find the tunnel underneath North Hills Drive. Looking for a great spot to watch planes? Check out the RDU's Airport Observation Deck, where you can bring some food and relax while watching the planes take off and land. This is a great spot to bring your kids as well. The Cloud Chamber is a unique structure that looks like a hobbit house and is one of just a small number like these in the world, as it naturally projects the sky and trees above it onto its walls. You can find this in the woods in the Ann and Jim Goodnight Park next to the NC State Art Museum. If you're in the Durham area, the Eno River trails are awesome, and on the Cox Mountain Trail, there is a cool pedestrian suspension bridge as well as a preserved cabin hidden in the woods that you can walk through. And in the summer, check out the Eno Rock Quarry, which can be a hike to get to, but once you're there, it's a lot of fun. And lastly, Lassiter Falls in the middle of Raleigh at Lassiter Mill Park is truly a hidden gem, as having a waterfall of that size in the middle of a city is pretty rare. If you need help finding any of these spots, drop a comment below and I'll provide the details. And if you want to learn more about things to do in Raleigh, North Carolina, check out our video here. Thanks for watching.